Hey, it's Dan. So today is the 27th, I think, of November. Welcome. Hope you're well today. So in this session, we're going to talk to you about what's gone on today and about how not everything goes to plan. Find out next. Hey everybody, it's Dan. I hope you're well. So we didn't have anything that went drastically wrong today. You know, like you have those days and you're just not as far on as you wanted to get, and it's a Friday as well. Maybe that was it. And I'm cold and the weather, it's freezing. No basketball this morning, which is one of my daily, weekly Friday thing, right? Every single week. Look, it was pouring it down this morning, it was freezing, it was windy, and obviously the court's outdoor, so we didn't play that. So I went looking for a kettle because we ran out of a kettle. I broke the kettle, can you believe that? And then I have to make my coffee using a pan of water on the hob. And we are really living the dream. Do you know what I mean? Nothing says living the dream than boiling a saucepan of water for my coffee. So then I was like, right, I'm going to go sort that out. So I went to Elcourt English, whatever it is. It's like Lewis's. They've got like 2 kettles there. I went to Carrefour, which is like Asda or Tesco's. They had like 4 kettles there, like all the really cheap plasticky ones. And I was like, okay, this is not going to work. So we ended up just going on Amazon, and I know obviously it's Black Friday today and there's a big movement of people saying don't buy Amazon, we don't pay tax. Says the people who buy from Starbucks and use Google, who also don't pay tax. There's a lot of hypocrisy going on where Amazon's concerned. I find, not by Amazon, I mean by the people who actually buy that stuff on Google. We still use Google, yeah, but yeah, okay. Anyway, so what did we do? So we got cracking with putting a bunch of infrastructure in place, and any business needs its infrastructure. It's like this, you see. You get some business owners and it's the equivalent of building a house, and I like to use this as an example. So you get some business owners and they've got the bricks and they just start laying the bricks, putting cement on them, start building, and haven't got a plan. So the bricks turn up and the bricks are on the other side of the house, and they should be on this side of the house, and then they didn't order wheelbarrows to move the bricks over to where you should be laying them. Then they didn't order the mortar, or they just picked any old mortar without double checking what type of mortar they needed. And then almost as an afterthought, they lay 10, 20, 30 bricks, go, this is a bit hard, and then they hire somebody else in to do it. They then turn up on site and go, well, you've done it all wrong. Where's your plan? You've got no plan, right? So this is what the infrastructure stuff is about. And so that's what we're spending a lot of time on doing. Stupid things, like silly things. So setting up a phone number, a call answering service, setting that up. But we can't set that up because we've not got the email address. And we've not got the email address because we haven't got access to it. And we haven't got access to it. And even if we did have access to it, we've not got the right bank cards with which to pay for the service because it has to come from the specific company. There's all this stuff that you have to get in place before you can just do the most simplest of tasks, and basically that's what we've got bogged down in today. And it just seemed a lot of it, but at least once you get that done and it's done, then you can move on pretty fast. And this is the point that I wanted to get across in this video today, is that some days you are ultra efficient, you're on fire, you're doing everything well, you've had a tremendous day and you've made tremendous strides forwards, right? Other days you're looking for your mobile phone and it's in your hand and you're looking elsewhere while you're reading a text. Do you know what I mean? And that is life, that is running a business. It's not all, let's go. It's not. You've got to ride the wave when the wave is coming, right? And if the wave of your genius is there, then ride that wave for as long as you can, because it doesn't last forever, okay? And then it runs out, then you have to get another one. And on those other days when there's no waves to catch, that's when you should be putting all your infrastructure in place. And this is the problem, is that people don't put their infrastructure in place. Then they go out and they close business, doing all this work, and then the delivery of the actual product doesn't get done. And then it causes all these wildfires that you then have to go and put out, and you end up forever putting out fires because you never planned. And so that's part of this, having a system in place and making sure you know when this happens, then it goes here, then this should happen, then this bit kicks in, then this should happen, and then this triggers this action. Like, that should be mapped out on a diagram. And actually, in one of the meetings we had yesterday, which was after I did the video actually, one of the meetings I did yesterday, last night, was about literally mapping out, for example, in this case it was marketing, and all the various bits that happen. And it was just about mapping it all out and then presenting that to the team so that they could understand with diagrams, so they could see it in their head exactly what was happening. So it's not enough for you to have this insider knowledge and you keep it to yourself. You've then got to be able to demonstrate and communicate that out to your team members. And that's how you build a team, and that's how you build culture, and that's how everybody knows what's supposed to be going on, and so on. One big win that we had today was, after spending 3 or 4 hours trying to do this myself and failing miserably, was that I managed to get Home Group set up. Microsoft, in their wonderful wisdom, decided to turn Home Group off, basically because they want to move everybody over to OneDrive, which is their cloud-based storage, and then charge you for cloud-based storage. So they don't want easy sharing between computers. They want everybody to upload to the cloud, and then you can download from the cloud. But I don't want to do that. So we, as part of the IT system that we're getting implemented, it comes with a certain number of hours and days of consultancy and so on. And so literally the guy took 20 minutes, 25 minutes to set that up. I spent 3 or 4 hours. Bear in mind, you know, I'm very IT literate, but when it comes to IP addresses, and it's literally changing IP addresses and making them static instead of dynamic, and I'm like, dude, he's doing registries, and I'm like, oh, I couldn't even, in a month of Sundays, I couldn't do it. So that was a big win for us today, which basically means, and by the way, if you got this far in your video, you're going to love this little snippet. So the way in which I work on my home network is I've got a server, and all my data gets stored on that server, and anything that's on that server gets backed up to the cloud. Notice I didn't say transferred, I said backed up. So we use Carbonite, and we install that on the central server. It's basically just a desktop PC, and I dump everything that we do gets dumped onto that, and it gets backed up. So that way we never ever lose anything, because it's always backed up onto the server, which works really well. So if you've got this far in the video, that's what you should be doing with yours. If you've got data on your laptop and data on a computer and data in all these different areas, then you're going to really struggle having a cohesive strategy for managing that data. And so, you know, you've got to be really careful with that. So, you know, if you got this far in the video, congratulations, that's a nice little tip for you that other people probably don't know. Anyway, that's it. It's a Friday. I'm off to pick up the little one, and we'll see where we get to. Sorry, that's the wipers. We'll see where we get to after the weekend and on Monday. I am going to actually work this weekend because I've got such a ton of work to get through. We've got a website redesign to do, we've got a whole bunch of content to create, and that means headlines, images, it means a whole lot, and I'm going to get involved with that. And it also means continually setting up the marketing strategy that we've got for bringing on new clients, something that I'm deeply involved with, and I'm not going to tell you what that strategy is, but it's a lot of implementation and planning, but once we get it right and it fires, it should bring in clients on autopilot, which is really cool. So that's what I'm going to work on this weekend. I hope you guys have a great weekend. Let me know what you're up to, and we'll speak to you next week. My name's Dan Latto. Take care.